Hey guys, I'm Dylan, this is Kian, we're from Aqua Buddies, and today we're going to do a cool little thing on CO2 for your planted fish tank.
Yeah, so we started off, we actually did a tutorial and we made it with you guys, but there were technical difficulties with the camera. So we got some footage on the GoPro, we'll try and edit that in, but for the most part we're just going to explain what we did in really great detail from here. So, to start, there are a lot of videos up about making CO2 producers for your aquariums. Yeah, so, but we saw one flaw is hardly any of them were make it with you sort of things, and the ones that were overly complicated. I know one really common, popular one has like 3 different bottles and all sorts of tube stuff, and it's really unnecessary. And his explanation for the 3 bottles actually turned out to be that he didn't have a big bottle. So that, come on, yeah. So yeah, basically it starts with 2 cups of hot water. You put it in the 2-liter bottle, and then next you add 1 cup of brown sugar.
Unpacked, make sure it's unpacked.
Yeah.
And then after that, you add the yeast and some water to rinse it down, and then you add, how much more water was it?
3 cups of cold water.
3 cups of cold water.
Because you want to make sure that the yeast doesn't get burnt by the hot water, because that will kill it and it won't produce any more CO2.
And that would be all sorts of bad.
Yeah. Also, you want to have one of these. They'll sell it at any aquarium. What this does is make sure water doesn't suck back up the tube and go in once your yeast stops making CO2. If you're trying to make this video, or trying to make a CO2
Trying to make a CO2 producer.
generator, yeah, CO2 generator at the moment, then don't worry about getting this right now, because you won't have your yeast run out of CO2 making capability.
For a week.
Yeah, it'll take like at least a week, probably 2. But yeah, if you want to just make it now, you can get this in the next couple days. Everything will be fine. But yeah, we started with this. It just makes it so water doesn't suck back up in this CO2 generator and then cause all sorts of problems. Also, you want to put a small hole in the lid and stick the tube through it, and then we hot glued it to make sure that no air escaped. Some people on YouTube did silicone, but that takes a lot longer to dry, and it's just a little more complicated than doing hot glue guns. And almost everybody has a hot glue gun. If you don't, you can probably just use shoe goo or something. Just anything that's a semi-flexible adhesive. Let's see. So after about 20 minutes, CO2 is going to start making, or it's going to start making CO2, and after a little while, you're going to see that your plants are actually going to start releasing oxygen, because obviously when plants, everybody kind of knows this with outdoor plants, they suck up the CO2 and then they make more oxygen for us to breathe, so yada yada. So it does the same inside your tank, so there's nothing to worry about suffocating the fish, because the plants will just make oxygen anyway, and then it turns your entire tank with all the plants and stuff, they all kind of turn into a big bubbler. So you're actually going to have really high oxygen rates as well, and this is just really healthy for the fish.
So, I believe that's the end of our video?
Maybe go take it upstairs and show them that it's working.
Yeah, so we're going to show you guys a little clip after I'm done talking of how it's working, or that we have it at least set up.
Yeah.
In the fish tank. And that'll be the end of this little video, and we'll have that little clip right after this. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or concerns, you can comment. Also, if you'd like to see more stuff like this, please comment or tell us that you want to. If you're interested in stuff like this, or you're interested in Planted Aquariums, we have a series called Let's Start a Planted Aquarium, and Let's Start a Planted Aquarium episode 1 is actually up on the YouTube right now as we speak, so you can go view that. And other than that, I mean, I really have no complaints. If you would like to, you can subscribe. That would be cool. I mean, the more the merrier, right? Everybody, it's just knowledge, you know. Everybody needs to know. So thank you guys for watching once again, and to the clip we. Hey guys, Dylan here with Aqua Buddies, and as you can see, we have got our CO2 producer set up in our fish tank. So one thing we forgot to say in the previous video is do not be alarmed when you run into pressure problems. It happens to all of us. It's not a big deal. Don't be worried about it. And hopefully your fish tank will get better. Hopefully this one does. You can see some of the leaves are starting to die, so hopefully it gets better.
Yeah, this is also Kian. One of the things, you don't want to try and shake it over and over again to get the reaction going, because when you think about yeast, it's more of a live thing than just a chemical. Shaking it might produce a little bit of CO2 at that very moment, and it might bubble a little bit, but shaking it actually makes the bacteria kind of stop producing CO2. It gets freaked out and it needs to just stay stagnant for a while. So yeah, if you get any pressure problems, it's almost expected with makeshift things like this. Just go back through everything, check to find pressure leaks if there are any, and just let the bottle sit. Might take up to an hour, but I know it works. So yeah, that's all for me.
Well, it might just take a while to build up the pressure to spit out the CO2, but probably about 30 minutes.
Yeah, if everything goes fine, then it'll, be 20 or 30 minutes. But for us, this actually took quite a while. Don't be alarmed if it does, but yeah, just, handle the problems that come up.
Cool. So thanks, comment, comment, and subscribe to our videos. Well, don't subscribe to our videos. Subscribe to our channel. Watch our videos. So thanks, guys.